Hello everyone, good evening, welcome to ACE Online and welcome to SSC JE examination, the marathon sessions. And today in this session we are going to discuss some important questions related to Indian polity. So here I included some questions related to current issues also, because as you know that some of the questions related to Indian political system are based on the current issues. So I am going to ask the questions related to current issues as well as the basic Indian polity, that is nothing but related to Indian Constitution. Clear? Okay. And you have to please go through the previous videos. Earlier when the SSC JE examination, the date was announced, and before that date, and we conducted some of the sessions related to SSC JE. So polity, history, geography. So if you have the time, and please go through the previous sessions also, and because some of the questions asked there in those sessions. So what are the questions I framed, and in those sessions I am not going to repeat it. So I want to prepare some kind of fresh questions. Okay, so go through those sessions and this session also. This session is nothing but not only just framing questions, but also it is like a revision. Mostly it is like a revision, like it is a fast revision. Clear? Okay. Let's see. Which of the following article deals with the special provisions of Mizoram? The question is, which of the following articles are related to? Article is related to the special provisions of the Mizoram. So Article 371E, 371F, 371G and 371H. So Mizoram, Z. Is it right answer? 371Z. Let's check. Okay, so recently you know that there is an issue about the special provisions related to some states, even related to Jammu and Kashmir also. So sometimes there is a chance to ask the question because these articles are recently in the news. Clear? Okay, you know that in the Constitution there are some temporary provisions are there for some states. So, and Article 370 and 371. Article 370 related to Jammu and Kashmir. As you know that the special provisions, not only just a special provisions, a separate constitution was there for Jammu and Kashmir. But everybody knows that in 2019 January, the government of India introduced a bill, and through that bill, what are the special provisions were given to Jammu and Kashmir was removed. As you know that. Okay, now the Jammu and Kashmir is not having any special constitution like that. Now Jammu and Kashmir is like our other states only. And they changed Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh into two separate unions. Everybody knows that. And Article 371, and in this article, and some states were given special provisions. So let's see, there is a chance to ask a question this time. 371 Maharashtra, Gujarat, 371 Maharashtra, Gujarat, 371A Nagaland, and B Bus like Bas, Assam, and C Manipur, and 3 and D and E. This is related to the special provisions related to Telangana and Andhra. So Article 371D, so where they introduce certain reservation system, zonal system regarding the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and establishment of Central University in Hyderabad, Article 371E, and F Sikkim, G Mizoram, 371H Arunachal Pradesh, like Harpik like that, Goa IG, JK and Jammu and Kashmir. So try to remember these articles. Okay, next, which of the following article added by 27th amendment? Same topic. Which of the following article added by 27th amendment? Because in the original constitution we have Article 370, Article 371. This 371 A, B, C, D, all these are added by constitutional amendment only. So the question is, which of the following article was added by 27th amendment? For example, so 53rd amendment, 55th amendment, 56th amendment, okay, 98th amendment, or for example 32nd amendment, 2nd amendment, for example. So these are all amendments related to these articles only. So through this question I want to give the information. Let's see that. Okay, the first of all, the Article 371 and special provisions for Maharashtra and Gujarat, and this was given by 7th amendment, and the special provisions given to Nagaland through 13th amendment, and this is called 22nd amendment, and this is 27th amendment, and this is by 32nd amendment, and this is by 36th amendment, and Mizoram 53rd amendment, and Arunachal Pradesh 55th amendment, Goa 56th amendment, and Karnataka, that is called Hyderabad Karnataka region, by like 90th amendment. So almost here I mentioned about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 amendments. So almost to 10 articles, 9 amendments to 2 questions. I mean, this time expecting a question from this chapter, the special temporary provisions to certain states, right? Next, equal justice and free legal aid ensured under. The question is, under which article the equal justice and free legal aid was ensured or mentioned? What is the right answer? Okay, the answer is Article 39A. Article 39A. So Supreme Court clearly mentioned that the free legal aid is nothing but is also a fundamental right. It is also comes under fundamental right. Okay, see, everybody knows that Article 14 talks about equality before law. Article 14 talks about equality before law, and also Article 21, the personal life, I mean the personal liberty and right to life, everybody knows that Article 21 and 22 is there, and it is talking about the arrest, 20, 21, 22, okay. So right, so let's see the data. So Article 38, state to secure a social order for the promotion of the welfare. So it is the duty of the state to provide the welfare, clear. And Article 39, certain principles of policy to be followed by the state. Article 39A, actually this 39A is not in the original constitution, it was added by a constitutional amendment only. So Article 39A talking about equal justice and free legal aid. Actually sir, what is this free legal aid? So it is a right of the citizens, it is the right of the citizens to get the legal aid at free of the cost. Because can you imagine that a person who is living under poverty, a poor person, can he go to district court, can he go to high court, can he get the legal advice or legal knowledge, whatever may be, can he get the legal aid? No, because they are the poor people. So it is the duty of the government to provide the free legal aid to certain people. It is their fundamental right. That is what Supreme Court said. So after Supreme Court judgment and the act was passed, so and there is act, I will show you. This is the act, Legal Service Authority Act 1987. Legal Service Authority Act 1987 was formed. It came into effect from 9th November 1995. The act was passed in 87, came into effect from 9th November, and this is nothing but called Legal Service Day. So recently in 2025 November, the meeting was held, and the Chief Justice of Supreme Court and specially mentioned about this free legal aid. Okay, now 9th November celebrated as a Legal Service Day. So okay, right. And for SC, ST, victims of trafficking, beggar, all women and children, mental illness, disabilities, affected by disasters, caste and ethnic violence, industrial workmen, individuals in custody. So these kind of people are eligible to get the free legal aid. Okay, right. And there are certain other conditions also there. If you go to lower court, the annual income must be 1 to 3 lakh. If you go to Supreme Court, the annual income must be below 5 lakhs. Clear? And these institutions also created National Legal Service Authority, we called NALSA. There is a chance to ask the abbreviation also. And State Legal Service Authority, District Legal Service Authority, and the same act, the Legal Service Authority Act also created Lok Adalat. Sir, what is this Lok Adalat, sir? As you know that High Court, Supreme Court, there are thousands of lakhs of cases pending before High Court and Supreme Court. Even for petty cases, small things also, they are going to High Court and Supreme Court, and they are keep on pending. What judges can do? Okay, because the number of judges are very less, the population is very high, so many issues are there. So these are so many lakhs of cases pending before High Court, Supreme Court. It is like a alternative dispute resolution mechanism. So that regarding civil cases, the state level or central level, district level, they can set up a kind of court that is called Lok Adalat. In Lok Adalat, the civil disputes can be resolved. Suppose if you go to village, you know that there will be headman, a big man in the village. If there any dispute between two people, come A, come B, what is the issue? Okay, this is the solution that got. We call panchayat, gram panchayat, right? Like that, in Lok Adalat also, they'll go for settlement. A settlement between two parties, not like a pushpa settlement. Okay, this is legal. Okay, that is illegal. This is legal settlements. That is called Lok Adalat. Okay, right. Under which article duty of the state to improve public health? This is part of DPSP. That is 39A also part of DPSP. This is also DPSP. So my dear students, please go through DPSP articles and repeatedly they are asking questions in the examination. So under which article it is the duty of the state to improve public health? In which article of Directive Principle State Policy the public health was mentioned? DPSP means these are directions to government, as you know that. DPSPs are directions given to government. So in which article the public health was mentioned? Article 45, 46, 47, 48. What is the article? Yeah, that Vedamanishi, yes. What is a okay, let's see 4 articles recently which are in the news only. Okay, right. Of course, that is what I already mentioned. The answer is 47. Let's see 45. Article 45 provisions for early childhood care, education to the children and below the age of 6 years. As you know that education mentioned in 3 things. Fundamental duties it was mentioned, fundamental rights it is mentioned, DPSP also it is mentioned. Okay, here talking about early childhood care, that means you know first year, second year, third year they will go to Anganwadi schools, right? Okay, that is the duty of the government to take care of the early childhood care and education. 46 promotion of the educational and economic interest of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes. You know that because of 46 article there is a reservation in the country. Yes, because of article 46 there is a reservation in the country. Okay, next article 47, it is a duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and improve the public health. This is a problem. So many people think that DPSP you are going to remember with one word. No, remember in article 47 how many things are there? So it is about the nutrition, it is about the standard of living, it is about the public health. Whenever you remember article 47 you have to remember 3 things. Is it clear? Comments ikkada display avvatledu. Okay, article 48 organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. Okay, the answer is 47. Next, protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding forest and wildlife added to DPSP by. So this is the question about the constitutional amendment. This is a question about the constitutional amendment. So the question is, see actually the question looks like very big, but it's very simple question. Only thing is this word, the protection of improvement of environment. So in DPSP, the word protection of environment was mentioned, added by constitution. By which amendment? Is that 42nd amendment, 44th amendment, 86th amendment, 97th amendment? So by which amendment the protection of environment and was added to the Indian Constitution, that is DPSP? Straightforward question. 42, 40. So Shiva Yadav, you say 1, 42nd amendment. Okay, good. Can anyone say the protection of environment improvement, related to which article? Okay, let's see. 42nd, actually there are 4 amendments related to DPSP. So in order to avoid confusion, remember these 4 amendments: 42, 44, 86, 97. These are the 4 amendments related to DPSP. And 42nd amendment added 39, 39A, 43A and 48A. And 44th amendment added 38.2. 86th amendment added article 45. 97th amendment added 48.3B. 43B. Tell me. Just a minute. Okay. Tell me article 48A. Excellent. Okay, very nice. 48A. Yes. Good. Next, what is Sir? Sir. What is Sir, which is recently in the news related to elections? So, you know that, Rahul Gandhi ji, or Honorable Opposition Leader of India, and some other parties protested against this Sir in the premises of Parliament also. So, can anyone tell the abbreviation of Sir? So, systematic investigation report and systematic inclusion report, special intensive revision, special intensive report. Yeah, see, of course, the monarch. Okay, the answer is special intensive revision. What is Sir actually? What is Sir actually? Why the political parties are opposing? We have an act called People Representative Act. There is act called People Representative Act, and Article 324. As per Constitution, under Article 324, the Election Commission of India has exclusive rights. It has the right to maintain the electoral rolls, revision, and everything. It can do anything. It has the exclusive rights to the Central Election Commission about the electorals, the voter ID list. That is what we are talking about. Okay. See, because the time is going on, sometimes you can see in the villages, some persons are dead actually, but still their name is appearing in the voter list. You know that. Some people for example, from Andhra migrated to, for example, Madhya Pradesh. You are from Madhya Pradesh, migrated to Telangana. So they migrated, they are staying in other state. They got voter ID there. They got voter ID here also. So people are having double voter IDs, two voter IDs. Some people died, some people migrated. Okay. So many things are happening, but still their name is there in the voter list. That is the problem. Some people move to foreign countries also. Still the voter ID is there. Simple. What do you mean by special intensive revision? We are going to check all the electorals in the villages. So the electoral commission related people will go to the booth level officer we called. They'll go to village. They'll take the voter list. They'll go to the house. Okay. How many people are there in your house? 3 members are there. Okay. 3 members are having voter ID. 3 members are living here. That is okay, right? They will go to another house only. So they are go and verify all the voter IDs, that list. Is it clear? So it is legally it is there, and as per People Representative Act and also under Article 324. So is it first time, sir? No. It was implemented many number of times. Yes, 8 times it was implemented. It is not the first time. Okay, 8 times it was implemented. The last thing it was implemented, I think, 2002, 2004. So the Election Commission of India has exclusive rights. Before any election, they can conduct the SIR, that is called Special Intensive Revision. Remember that SIR is legal as per People Representative Act and also Article 324. Okay, the last time it was happened in 2004. After so many years, it was happened first time it was in Bihar. Now they are doing in West Bengal. You know that in West Bengal, so many illegal migrants are coming to India and they took the voter ID. They'll go on verification. So your name is in the voter ID and where is your Aadhaar and proof? They'll ask it. So we can delete all the illegal migrants voter IDs here. Which are the following are eligibilities to become the elector? Simple, very simple question. In India, if you want to get the voter ID, if you want to become the voter, if your name to be listed in the electoral rolls, what are the eligibilities? Multiple choice questions, not single answer. Citizen of India, of course, right? At least 18 years of age, of course, yes, you should have 18 years, right? Ordinary resident of the constituency, yes, of course. Not disqualified under any law, of course, yes, all are true. So if you want to become eligible voter in India, and these things you have to be follow. These things you have to be follow. Okay, regarding election commission, and there are some important articles are there. The first one is Article 324. So regarding election commission, Article 324 talks about there should be one chief election commissioner, supported by 2 other election commissioners, and appointed by President of India. You know that the chief election commissioner assisted by 2 election commissioner, and the Chief Election Commissioner appointed by President of India. Appointed by President of India. And the candidate who is going to appoint a Chief Election Commissioner, President of India, will be chosen by a special committee. Special committee will be there. In that committee, Prime Minister will be there. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha will be there. One cabinet minister also there. As you know that already this question I covered in the previously. So Chief Election Commissioner and number of election commissioner appointed by President of India and chosen by a select committee which includes Prime Minister and leader of opposition and the cabinet minister chosen by Prime Minister. And Chief Election Commissioner works for 6 years, tenure is 6 years and maximum of 65 years. And Chief Election Commissioner removed by the Parliament like a Supreme Court judge. And next one, Article 325. Let's see here. Of course, this is about the Election Commission. Article 325. No person to be ineligible for inclusion or claim to be included in a special electoral roll. Article 325 talks about the electoral rolls. Okay, this is called Article 326. So Article 326 talking about the voting right. Elections to the House of the People and to the Legislative Assembly of the state to be on the basis of the adult suffrage. What do you mean adult suffrage? Article 326 is giving a right to vote to us. Yes, right to vote. Any person who became adult, any person whose age crossed 18 years, irrespective of caste, religion, anything, and you have vote, you can vote. So under Article 326, we have right to vote. And Article 327, power of Parliament to make provisions with respect to elections. Article 328 about State Assembly. So simple, I want to explain simple thing. Article 324 talking about Election Commission powers and everything. And Article 326 talking about right to vote. Please remember these two articles. Simple. So find incorrectly matched. Find incorrectly matched. Article 330, SC/ST reservation in Lok Sabha. Article 330A, women reservation in Lok Sabha. Article 332, ST/ST reservation in Legislative Assembly. Article 332A, women reservation in Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. So left side the article was given, right side that article related content was given. So you have to identify one option is incorrectly matched. Okay, what is the right answer? I mean, wrong answers to be right answer here. This is the wrong. Because women reservation is confined to Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly, not for Rajya Sabha, not for Legislative Council. You know that? So 1/3 reservation, that is called 33% reservation was given Lok Sabha, State Legislative Assembly. This reservation was not given in Rajya Sabha and Legislative Council. Except this one, everything is right. Yes, Article 330, SC/ST reservation in House of the People, nothing but Lok Sabha. Article 330A, women reservation in Lok Sabha, that is 33%. Article 332, ST/ST reservation in State Assembly. Article 331A, women reservation in Legislative Assembly. Sir, what about remaining articles, sir? What about Article 331, sir? What about Article 331 and 333? And Article 331, 333 is talking about Anglo-Indian community. But this is not there because Government of India through Constitutional Amendment it was removed. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? By which amendment the Government of India removed appointment of Anglo-Indian community to Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly, State Legislative Assembly? Yes, 104. Right. Article 331 and 333. 331, 333 related to nominating of Anglo-Indian community to Lok Sabha, State Legislative Assembly. So, but that is removed. Is it clear? Right. So, I am using the framed questions which are the articles which are recently in the news. Okay. Right. Yes. See here. Article 330. Reservation of seats for SC, ST in the Lok Sabha. 330A, reservation for women in House of People. Article 331, Anglo-Indian community. 332, reservation for SC, ST in State Legislative Assembly. Article 332A, reservation of seats for women in Legislative Assembly of State. That is called Anglo-Indian. And next one 331 Anglo-Indian. 334 special reservation of seats, special representation ceased to after certain period. You know that the reservation for SC and ST in Lok Sabha is last is 2030. Okay, right. Next question, right to vote is a. So I am expecting a good answer from you. Right to vote is a constitutional right, fundamental right, statutory right, that is called like a moral right. Moral right. What is your answer? Fundamental right, constitutional right. Okay. First you have to remember that any right which practiced among us socially, usually we can say it as a usually moral right. Any right guaranteed by an act, it's called legal right. Any act guaranteed by an act, through act only, like Motor Vehicle Act, Properties Act, so many acts are there. Through act, if it is provided, it is called legal act. Anything mentioned in the constitution, it is a constitutional right. Anything. For example, in the constitution, you can contest as an MLA. There is article says that any citizen of India can contest as an MLA. It is mentioned in the constitution. So it is a constitutional right, but not a fundamental right. Anything mentioned in the part 3, anything specially mentioned in the part 3 in the fundamental right chapter, then only you call it as a fundamental right. So many things mentioned in the constitution, they are called constitutional rights. If anything exclusively mentioned in the fundamental right chapter, then it is called a fundamental right chapter, fundamental rights only. Okay. So just now I told you, so already I have given a hint just now, article 326, okay, article 326 was given right to vote, okay, right to vote is a constitutional right. Actually in the previous so many judgments, the Supreme Court used to say right to vote is a statutory right, right to vote is a statutory right. Recently Supreme Court reaffirmed that no, right to vote is a constitutional right because it is guaranteed, is mentioned in the article 326. Even in 2015 also there is some case, in that case Supreme Court said that right to vote is a constitutional right. But earlier the same Supreme Court said that it is a statutory right because People Representative Act is there, in the People Representative Act is also it is mentioned. Even article 326 talking about the 18 years of age for vote, it is a constitutional right only. It is a constitutional right. Clear? Let's see. NOTA introduced under which of the following act? NOTA introduced under which of the following act? Representation of People Act 1950 or 51, Election Symbols, Reservation Allocations of 1968, and Conduct of Elections Rules 1961. None of this. You know, NOTA. NOTA is none of the above. Here also none of the above. The question about the NOTA is the answer is also about the NOTA. Some delay here. Okay. The answer is none of this, because the NOTA was introduced not by any act, nothing about related to act. Is it clear? So many petitions filed in the Supreme Court about, because suppose earlier if the elections are going on, you can visit the booth, right, the poll booth, okay, you can say that I want to exercise my vote but I don't want to for anybody. That means I don't want to vote anybody. Then they are going to write the person name, the person who do not want to vote for anybody. They are going to write all the person names. That means they have the data. They have the data that these persons do not want to choose any candidate, but they have the data. So is it not violating secrecy? Is it not violating secrecy or not? Yes, because see, when you go into that polling, not police station, this polling station, the booth, okay, if you vote, that should be maintained secrecy. To which party you voted, that should be maintained the secrecy. And some people are writing the names of the people who do not want to vote. So that is also part of expression, right? Right to reject is also part of expression. That should be maintained the secrecy. So based on all these things, there is a case called PUCL versus the Union of India. The PUCL versus Union of India, yes, someone rightly mentioned, and in 2013, the Supreme Court said that, so you should introduce the NOTA as one of the option. Like you are going to maintain the candidate list, you have to maintain the NOTA also. That is what NOTA introduced. Is it clear? Right. So none of the above. So 2013, based on Supreme Court judgment only, the NOTA was introduced. So it was given option, right? And in which of the following elections NOTA is not introduced? Not introduced in the sense not is not there. Multiple options here, not one option. So many elections are there. The question is very simple. In which of these following elections there is no NOTA option? None of the above option is not there in these elections. Multiple answers. Okay. So local bodies, yes, of course, when you vote for that Sarpanch elections, the MPDC, ZPTC elections, NOTA option is there. NOTA option is there. Okay, because not there. He asked question, not there. State Legislative Council, MLC. In MLC, is NOTA there or not? Did you ever vote for MLC candidate? Of course, the MLC, the Legislative Council in only few states only, not all states in India. So if you belong to Andhra Pradesh, thus Telangana and Karnataka, you know about the MLC. So other states are not having Legislative Council. No, there is no NOTA in State Legislative Council. Sorry. First, let me tell the let me give the explanation. Then we'll go for right options. Okay, in local bodies, NOTA is there. NOTA is there. State Legislative Council, NOTA is not there. Rajya Sabha, initially Rajya Sabha elections also NOTA was there. Based on Supreme Court judgment in 2018, now they said that NOTA should be in only direct elections, whereas Rajya Sabha elections are indirect elections only. So NOTA is not there in Rajya Sabha elections. President elections, no NOTA. Vice President elections, no NOTA. Okay. So here ask the question, in which of the following elections NOTA is not there? Yes. In late state elections, NOTA not there. Rajya Sabha elections, NOTA not there. Presidential election, NOTA not there. Vice President elections, NOTA not there. Sir, where is there NOTA, sir? Where is there? Okay. For Lok Sabha elections, then state legislative assembly elections, that is nothing but called MLA, and local body elections, that is municipality, Gram Panchayat. So for these elections, NOTA is there, and in these elections, NOTA is not there. Is it clear? So earlier in Rajya Sabha elections, NOTA was there, but later based on Supreme Court judgment, it was removed. Okay, the answer will be the 2, 3, 4, 5. First time EVM is used in general elections of Lok Sabha in all constituencies. So in which year general elections for the first time EVM machines were used full-fledged? I mean, in all constituencies EVM were used. In which general elections, you know, general elections for every year they are going to be happen. EVM might be used in one state initially, trial basis. The question is not about where the first time EVM were used, no. The question is about in which general election, the Parliament Lok Sabha elections, in all constituencies, the EVM machines are used. That is the question. So 1919 election, 2004 election, 2009 election, 2014 election. So 2014 someone says 2004. Let's see. Okay, I'll give explanation because there is a chance to ask the question. First time 1977 Election Commission of India had a thought that let's introduce the machines instead of paper ballot, because in paper ballot there is a chance of manipulation, all those things, and the chance was given to ECIL to prepare a prototype. Okay, and 1979 first time a prototype was developed. Of course this question they don't ask in the examination, just I'm giving information. 1988 BHEL also along with BL along with ECL was given responsibility to prepare a prototype. 1982 first time used EVMs in the general elections of Kerala. I mean not entire in Kerala, some booths or some constituencies, only the Kerala for the first time. Okay, for the first time in Kerala. 1989 amend the People Representative Act 1951, because EVM were used in the elections, but someone went to Supreme Court, how can you use EVM? Is it mentioned in any act? Without mentioning any act, how the election commission can induce the EVM like that, blah blah, something happened. Supreme Court declared that no, these elections are not valid. Then they amended the act. This act was amended. In the act EVM mentioned. That means in which act EVMs are mentioned? The Representation of the People Act or People Representation in 1951. Then 1998 Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Delhi introduced. 1995 45 Parliamentary introduced. 2001 okay, in full-fledged assembly elections. 2001 in these states full-fledged EVM were used. Come to our question actually. 2004 general elections. In 2004 general elections, all Lok Sabha constituencies the EVM was used. Sorry, the answer is 2004. The answer is 2004. Okay, first time EVM was experimented in Kerala. That is you have to remember. The first general elections where all EVMs are used is the 2004 general elections. Where in state assembly elections where EVMs are used, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Pondicherry, West Bengal. Next, VVPAT. This question related to all elections because recent election commission, these terms are in the news. That's why I framed these questions. VVPAT mentioned in which of the following act? What is the abbreviation of VVPAT? Voter verified. What is that? Can anyone expand the VVPAT? Voter verified paper audit trial. Is it right? Okay, in which act it was mentioned? So again, is that answer is none of this? None of the above? Okay, so actually so many people approached Election Commission of India because we are using EVM, that is okay, but when we vote for one particular party, is that really voting going for that party or not? They asked. Then the Election Commission of India developed this VVPAT. First time in Nagaland, in one particular constituency, they went for trial basis in Nagaland. They went for trial basis in Nagaland for VVPAT. For the first time, the full-fledged VVPAT was used in Goa. In Goa elections, for the first time, full-fledged VVPAT was used in Goa. The trial was conducted in the Nagaland only. So voter verified paper, screen is trucking. Okay. Is everyone facing same problem? Screen is trucking. Is it okay now? Okay, State Election Commission established under. State Election Commission established under. Under which article State Election Commission was set up? 243E, 243I, 243K, 243M. Election, election, E for election. Okay, you know that Article 324 talking about a Central Election Commission. The Central Election Commission conduct elections for the Parliament which includes Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and State Legislative Assembly, if it is there, State Legislative Council, and President of India election and Vice President election. So there is Central Election Commission to conduct elections for Parliament, the Assembly, the Legislative Council, and also President and also the Vice President. There is a Central Election Commission. There is no mentioning of State Election Commission in the original Constitution, because in 1950 January 26, when the Constitution came into effect, at that point of time there is no mentioning about the Gram Panchayat and municipality. You know that by 73rd Amendment, 74th Amendment only, 73rd, 74th Amendment only, the Gram Panchayat, the municipality was introduced. So when there is a Gram Panchayat, within the municipality, we have to conduct elections for Gram Panchayat and municipality, and because of that the State Election Commission was introduced. So the State Election Commission came into existence because of the 73rd Amendment, 74th Amendment. Is it clear? Right. Okay, what is the answer? Yes, 243K. 243K. Good. Let's see these articles. There is a chance to ask a question. A for Grama Sabha, the first one. All the voters in that village, they are eligible to become part of Grama Sabha. B, Constitution of Panchayat, BC, remember as a BC. C for composition, CC, C for composition. D for reservation, there is a chance to ask the question. Doctor, DR, doctor reservation. ED, you know ED, how central government use ED? ED. I mean, just I am explaining there some tricks to remember very easily. DR, doctor, ED, enforcement directorate. Okay, BC Constitution. A for Grama Sabha, like that. Okay, FD fixed deposit, disqualification for membership, and GP Gram Panchayat like powers. Okay, HP, IC, J for JAC, JAC. Okay, K for elections, L for application to Union Territory, LT, LNT, like Union Territory, LNT, and M part not applied to certain cases. N for continuation of existing. Okay, try to remember these articles. There is a chance to always chance to ask the question. Next, National Register of Citizens, first time conducted in NRC, and recently also in the news, NRC. So NRC means National Register of Indian Citizens, simply National Register of Citizens. Simply it is like a list. When you go to village, all members list will be there, right? Same like enter the Indians list or database, who are Indians. All citizens data will be there. Simple. Like other database is there, all the Indians data will be there. It is called NRC. Okay, first time NRC was conducted. What do you mean by conducting NRC? Because the government will go to each and every household. What is your name? Mr. Raju. Okay. Are you Indian? Yes. Since how many years you are staying? What is the proof? Like that, they'll ask the question. So if in house 5 members are there, they'll try to get the members of all the 5 members information. So they want to check whether he is Indian or not. That is what. So by identify these things, what is the use? Tell me. And if you connect NRC, what happened? Tell me. We can identify illegal migrants. So many people from other countries staying in India as the Indian citizen, but they are not Indian citizen. So if you are going to connect NRC, and we are going to identify who is our citizen, who is our not citizen. Simple. Sometimes if you are belongs to one village, some neighbor villages are coming to your village, they are claiming that they are belongs to your village only, they are enjoying certain provisions. Same, so many other countries are coming to India, those came to India illegally, they are claiming as Indian citizens, they are enjoying our benefits only. So we have to identify who is our Indian, who is not an Indian, that is called NRC. The right answer is 1951. Yes. Yes. There is an act called Citizenship Act. There is an act called Citizenship Act. As per Citizenship Act, there is a provision. The provision says that the Parliament through this Act and the central government can conduct the National Register of Citizens. So after census, after conducting census, they can conduct NRC also. For the first time we conducted in 1951, but later never conducted. It was conducted fully only in Assam only. The cutoff date was 1971. In Assam state it was implemented. Why it was implemented in Assam, sir? Because you know that 1971 there was the India-Pakistan war. During that India-Pakistan war, so many people migrated to Assam. They settled in Assam. They claimed as Indian citizens only. So because of them, the local people of Assam, they are losing their opportunities, rights like that only. So the government had to identify who is Indian citizen, who is not. That was fully implemented in Assam only. If at all they ask the question, in which state NRC was implemented, the answer is Assam. In which year first time NRC was implemented? 1951. And in which act NRC was mentioned? The Citizenship Act. And who has responsibility for this NRC is central government through the state government only. Clear? One question, given 4 questions. Longest serving Chief Minister, very easy question. Recently when Nitish Kumar became CM, and there was a discussion about who was the longest serving Chief Minister. Okay, no need to have lengthy discussion here. I was given order. He was the first longest, he was the second longest, the third longest, the fourth longest. He is the one, the Pawan Kumar Chamling. Actually, if Navin Patnaik ji, if he elected as a Chief Minister again, if he served for just 100 days like that only, he is become the longest serving Chief Minister. Yes. He belongs to which state? Can anyone tell me? He belongs to which state? Okay, which of the following in preamble reflect the political ideals that Constitution aims to secure for all citizens? The question is very lengthy, the question is very simple. These are all mentioned in the preamble. Everything is there in preamble. Which one will reflect the political ideals? Which one reflect the political ideals? Which one reflect the political ideals? Okay, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, unity and integrity. Political related. So we have to provide the, yes, democratic republic. So democratic word is there related to political. We're talking about the political ideals. That is justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Okay, which of the following statement is true about preamble? Which of the following statement is true regarding preamble? It is not part of the Constitution. True or false? It can override express provisions. It is not part of the preamble is not part of the Constitution. First statement says that. True or false? It can override express provisions. Whatever inside the Constitution, Article 1 to 356, whatever the articles are mentioned, the preamble can override. Preamble can override it. It is only just introduction, only just introduction. It is part of the Constitution and aids interpretation, but cannot override expletive provisions. Fourth option says that it is part of the Constitution, okay, aids interpretation. It can, by using preamble, we can go for interpretation, but it cannot override the existing provisions. What is the answer? Of course, actually with this question, I want to give an information. So remember that preamble, previous judgment Supreme Court said that preamble is not part of the Constitution. In case on the Bharti case, Minerva Mills case, in other cases, clearly Supreme Court said that preamble is part of the Constitution. Preamble can be amended. Preamble is part of the Constitution. Preamble can be amended. And number 2, Number 3, and by using preamble we can go for interpretation of the constitution. But the preamble, whatever mentioned in the preamble, cannot override express provision. But whatever already there in the constitution cannot be override by the preamble. Is it clear? Right. This is the answer. Which of the following statement is true about Constituent Assembly? Which of the following statement is true regarding Constituent Assembly? Let's see if any multiple options are there. Let's check. Okay, directly elected by the people and nominated by the kings. You know, Constituent Assembly, did you remember about the Constituent Assembly which prepared the constitution? Okay, and the Constituent Assembly members are directly elected by people and some nominated by kings. True or false? Is that members of Constituent Assembly elected by people? No. Nominated by the British Councils, elected by the people. Of course, the first statement, second statement, little bit twisted, but almost meaning same. Again, say that directly elected by people. Do you think that the Assembly, Constituent Assembly members elected by people? No. Appointed by the Governor General. Huh? All Constituent Assembly members are appointed by Governor General? No. Elected by the Provincial Assembly Council members and some are nominated by the kings. Yes, this is the right answer. I hope that you remember 292 members are elected by the Provincial Legislative Assembly members, 4 members by Chief Commissionerate, 4 members by Chief Commissionerate. So 296 and remaining 93 members by Princely States, nominated by Princely States. So these members 292 6 are elected and remaining 93 members are nominated. 93 members are nominated by Princely States. Is it clear? Right. So there is a chance to ask a question about the Constituent Assembly. And Constituent Assembly elections were happened on the base of 3 types of seats were there. The general seats were there. Some seats were given to Muslims, some seats were given to the Sikh. I hope you remember that. This question already framed previously. The first draft of the Indian Constitution was prepared by. The first draft of the Indian Constitution was prepared by K. Munshi, Dr. B. Ambedkar, B. N. Rao, G. V. Mavalanka. Very simple question. Shadow Monarch, Ambedkar. Excellent, Amma. Super. Any other one? Okay. The right answer is B. N. Rao, not B. R. Ambedkar. Yes. Initially, it is not final draft, it is the first draft. B. N. Rao was the constitutional advisor. He was the one initially who prepared a constitution, not entire constitution, a draft. How the constitution should be, the articles, that kind of one basic constitution was prepared by actually B. N. Rao. The first draft prepared by B. N. Rao only, not by Ambedkar. Later, you know that the draft committee was appointed and that the draft committee was given permission. It is a duty to frame the constitution. So the final draft prepared by drafting committee headed by Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Okay, clear. Right? So B. N. Rao is the right answer. The first draft of the Indian Constitution was completed and published by the drafting committee. Here mentioned drafting committee. When mentioned drafting committee, the Ambedkar Ji was there. Is it clear? So on which date the first draft of the Indian Constitution was completed and published by drafting committee? You know that from December 9th, 1946 to 26 November 1949, these days they prepared a constitution. Everybody knows that. But at one point of time, they prepared the entire constitution, they prepared a draft and they put to public because they want to get the suggestions, recommendations from the public. Because if the constitution put to public, the people will read the constitution and whatever they think, if they get any kind of idea, if they want to give some recommendations, they can give. So like that, the final draft was prepared by Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Okay. So on which date it was published? That is the question. So 31st March 1949, 26th November 1949, 22nd March 1948, 21st February 1948 or 49. Okay, good. Yes, 21st February. Yes, 21st February. This is fourth time. Okay, it's okay. Okay, you know that the constitution was prepared by Constituent Assembly, and they had a total 11 sessions. I mean 11 times they had a meeting that discussed about the constitution. Totally 11 session was happened. First session 9th December to 23rd December, the first session. The last session was happened 14th to 26th November. Totally, if there are the questions in examination, how many sessions was conducted to prepare the constitution by Constituent Assembly? 11 sessions. Next, repeatedly they are asking questions. You know that 22nd January, the object resolution unanimously adopted. You know that in 1956, December 9th was the first meeting. They elected one person as a temporary president, and December 11th, Babu Rajendra Prasad was elected as a permanent president, and December 13, object resolution was introduced by Nehru. Object resolution was introduced by Nehru, okay, introduced only. That was approved by Constituent Assembly 22nd January 1947. Introduced by Nehru in Constituent Assembly and December 13, 1946. Everybody knows that. And this object resolution was later become the preamble. Everybody knows that. This object resolution which led the foundation philosophy of the Indian Constitution. If at all they ask the question, which of the following led the foundation philosophy for Indian Constitution? The answer is object resolution. On which date he introduced? December 13, 1946. When it was approved? 22nd January it was approved. What it is became in the future? That is preamble. Okay, right. So 22nd July, the national flag was adopted. 20th August 1947, drafting committee appointed, headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji. July to October 1947, first draft constitution advisor by B.N. Rao. Constituent Assembly had 11 sessions, sat for total 166 days. And 4th November 1948, Ambedkar introduced the final draft. This is also important. Next, 26th November 1948, the Constitution was adopted by Constituent Assembly, and you know that we are celebrating Constitutional Day. January 24th, 1950, the last meeting of Constituent Assembly. On that day, the national song, national anthem was adopted. Babu Rajendra was elected as the first president of the country. Next, January 26th, the national emblem of India was adopted. The Constitution came into effect. India became the Republic country. In the original Constitution, 22 parts, 8 schedules, and 395 articles. Next, following only came into force from January, okay, that is not used. And January 28, 1950, Supreme Court came into effect. Everybody knows that. And C. Rajagopalachari worked as a last Governor General of India till 25th January 1950. Because 1950, January 26 onwards, the Constitution came into effect and there is no chance to work as a Governor General. Next, original handwritten Helium-filled case. I mean, the original Constitution was written by whom? In Hindi and English. Written by whom? Prem Bihari Narayan. Prem Bihari Narayan was the one person who was written original Constitution. And each page uniquely decorated by that Ram Manohar Sinha and Nandan Lal Bose. These are some repeated questions in exam. Please go through that. Next, which of the following incorrectly matched? Which of the following incorrectly matched? The question is left side, right side the country was given and left side the source was given. I mean, Indian Constitution is a borrowed constitution, as you know that. We borrowed so many principles from other countries. So left side that borrowed principle was given, right side of country was given. Out of 4 options, 1 is incorrectly matched. Election of president, are you sure? Can you exit full screen? Is it possible? Okay. Okay. Right, yes, you said right. The president and the vice president taken from USA, but election of president is from Irish constitution, because in a flow sometimes we will do some mistake. Whenever we say president will go to just definitely America, no, the election of president, the manner of election of president taken from Ireland only. Yes, you are right. The concurrent list from Australia, republic nature of the government from France, election of Rajya Sabha members from South Africa. Yes, simple question. Through which of the following amendment Mizoram became a state? Through which of the following amendment Mizoram became a state? 7th, 10th, 12th, 14th, 13th, like that. Okay, a sample question, I have framed a sample question. So there is always chance to ask a question about the amendments and states, the years and states. There is a chance to ask the question. For that purpose, I put a question. Okay, let's see. Okay, the 10th amendment, Dadra and Haveli, the become part of India Union Territory. 10th amendment. Goa, Daman and Diu is Union Territory by 12th amendment. 10th amendment Dadra and Haveli. 12th amendment Goa. 13th amendment Nagaland. 14th amendment Pondicherry. 53rd amendment the UT Mizoram became the state, and 55th amendment Arunachal Pradesh as a state, and 56th amendment Goa. Yes, these amendments you have to remember. Previously I put question purposely, of course, just purpose for the explanation of this one I put a question, and okay, don't search for the answer, right? Clear? Okay. Then how to remember, sir? I used to say that DGP. You know, if you talk about the Union Territories only, Dadra and Haveli, Goa and Pondicherry, these are DGP only. So 10, 12, 14. 10 plus 2, 2 plus like that, 10, 12, 14. D for Dadra and Haveli, G for Goa, P for Pondicherry. You can remember as a DGP. Remember as a DGP. Okay, you can ask me one question. Sir, whenever they create a new state, there is no need to go for constitutional amendment, right? Then why this constitutional amendment were happened for creation of these states? Very simple. Earlier, Goa was a UT and it is became the state. It was a UT, became the state. Even Arunachal Pradesh also. Mizoram was a UT, became the state. That is not the matter. One of the main matter is, as you know that we discussed already that, you know, Article 371. Article 371, they added some extra articles. Did you remember that? Article 371A, 371B, 371C, 371D, F, I, J, K, H, we already discussed, right? So, for Goa, for Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram, the special provisions were given in the constitution. Of course, for that purpose, you have to amend constitution, right? Right. So, they amended constitution for this purpose. If you want to create a new state under Article 3, and no need to go for any constitutional amendment. Clear? Please remember this. Find a true statement about creation of a new state. Multiple options are there. Let's check. Find a true statement about creation of new state. Bill requires president prior permission. Yes or no? Should be introduced by only minister. Yes or no? Should be approved by both of the houses. Yes or no? President refer bill to the state legislature. Yes or no? So, which one the statement is true? Multiple options are there. Okay, let's see. Bill requires president prior permission, right? Bill to be introduced by ministry only. Creation of new state usually comes under ordinary bill. Even in a private member also can introduce that bill. So, it is wrong. Only minister. The money bill can be introduced by only minister. Okay, right. It should be approved by both of the houses, of course, right? If it is an ordinary bill, if it is a constitutional amendment bill, it must be approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Only money bill, regarding only money bill, if it is by Lok Sabha only, that is enough. But regarding constitutional amendment bill, regarding ordinary bill, regarding creation of new state bill, it should be approved by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha with a simple majority. And bill referred to the state legislature. Yes, whatever the state you are going to merge or divide, whatever you are going to do, and the president often will send the bill to the concerned legislature. So, these also right one. So if you ask the question, 1, 3, 4 is the right answer. 1, 3, 4, Shiva, 1, 3, 4. Okay. Usually, Cabinet will prepare the bill, creation of new state. The bill will be sent to President of India. Because the prior recommendation of permission of President is required, introduction of the bill. And the President of India will send the bill to concerned state legislative assembly. What are the state they are going to divide, and that state assembly will get the bill. After the taking opinion from state legislative assembly, again the bill will go to Parliament. So Lok Sabha will be there, Rajya Sabha will be there. The creation of new state bill can be introduced in Lok Sabha or can be introduced in Rajya Sabha. In one house pass the bill, then go to other house. Suppose Lok Sabha pass the bill, go to Rajya Sabha. If Rajya Sabha pass the bill, go to Lok Sabha. Sir, is one of the house reject the bill, what happened? Nothing will happen. Huh? No, it will happen. What happened? So bill is going to be defeated. That means creation of new state bill should be approved by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, then it will go to President of India. And President of India has to sign. Everyone knows that. Next, arrange the following states in order based on their statehood. I mean, these became the states, right? So please put in order. If you know the year, you can put in order. Tripura, Manipur, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Meghalaya. Nagaland option was not there because everyone knows that by 1963, Nagaland was became state. First Gujarat was became state, Nagaland was became state. So you can go for Nagaland first option. Very easy. That's why Nagaland was not given. Then try. So order, go for order. 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4 like that. Please put the states in order when they became the state. By which year they became the state? First, second like that you have to put in order. Even though if you don't know the year, you can arrange it. Because if you remember 1987, 3 states were created, Goa, one of the states is Arunachal Pradesh, 1987, right? So usually the Arunachal Pradesh is there, not there, Himachal Pradesh is there, first Gujarat, then Nagaland, the next Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. Just I'm asking, put in order. Sometimes they'll give you 4 options, in 4 options 3-4 states name will be given, which of the following is the correct order? Like that there is a chance to ask the question. Okay, let's see. The 15th state is Gujarat, you know that 15th state is Gujarat 1960. Nagaland is the 16th state. Next to Haryana 1966. So Haryana 1966. Then the first option is 3. Clear? Next, Himachal Pradesh 1971. Himachal Pradesh 1971. Himachal Pradesh 1971. The next option will be 4. 3, 4. Next, Manipur 1972, 21st January. Manipur 1972. Manipur 1972. Next, Meghalaya 1972. Meghalaya is given 1972 Meghalaya. Next, Tripura 1972. Tripura 1972. Okay. Yes, in 1972 3 states were created: Tripura, Manipur and Meghalaya. 1966 Haryana. 1971 Himachal Pradesh. In the same year, same date, the 3 states were created. Next, Sikkim 1975, everybody knows that. Next, Mizoram 25th February 1987. Arunachal Pradesh 20th February 1987. And Goa 30th May 1987. Next, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand. Chhattisgarh 1st November, Uttarakhand 9th November, Jharkhand 15th November, Telangana 2nd June. So if the states are created with the different dates, and you have to remember in chronological order. So don't expect that these questions, these states will be given, the Tripura, Mizoram, because if they create in same date, they are not going to ask you a question, put in chronological order. So for your awareness, I prepared this question. Is it clear? So please try to remember the states and formation, their years. So in order to give this information only, I framed that question. I told in the beginning, it is like a revision. So which article is the primary source of determining the who are citizens on 26 January 1950? You know that part 2 talking about citizenship, am I right? Part 2 talking about citizenship. Is it clear? Who is the citizen of the country? Because when the constitution came into effect, they have to identify who is the citizen. Because the constitution came into effect on January 26, 1950. On January 26, 1950, when the constitution came into effect, we have to identify, we have to say who is our citizen, who is not a citizen. So that provision mentioned in which article? What is that provision? The article is the primary source of determining who are the citizens on January 26, 1950. Is it Article 5? Is it Article 6, 7, 8? Which article talking about, mentioning about the citizens of the country on January 26, 1950? Very simple. The first article, Article 5. Do you remember Article 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Part 2 talking about citizenship, Article 5 to 11. Did you remember? Let's see. Article 5, citizens at the commencement of the constitution. Commencement of the constitution means January 26, 1950, on that day, who are the citizens? That is what Article 5 talks about. So the right answer is Article 5. But let's discuss Article 6. The rights of the certain persons who migrate to India from Pakistan. Because after partition, some are in Pakistan, they want to stay in Pakistan, but they want to come to India. If they come to India, they will become citizen. They have to register with the government of India on a particular date, before that particular date. So Article 5 talking about January 26, 1950. Article 6 talking about who came from Pakistan. Article 7 talking about migrants to Pakistan, because there are certain people after partition they migrate to Pakistan. And 8, rights of certain persons Indian origin residing outside the country. They are the baby born in here, but they are now staying in other country. Persons voluntarily acquiring citizenship of the foreign state not to be citizen. So what Article 9 says that, suppose I am an Indian, I am living in USA, recently I got citizenship of USA. Once you got the citizenship of other country, immediately you will not be considered as Indian citizen. Because in India, we don't accept the dual citizenship. Either you should be Indian citizen, either you should be foreign citizen. Okay? You cannot be citizen of India and USA simultaneously. If any Indian citizen staying in other country, and if he got the citizenship of that country, immediately he will lose the Indian citizenship. That's it. Nothing will be happening. So that is called Article 9. Article 5, January 26. Article 6, from Pakistan. Article 7, to Pakistan. Article 8, who are residing other country. Article 9, gone. Article 10, the continuance of rights of citizenship. Article 11 is also very, very important. See, in the Part 2 citizenship, we have a part called Part 2. Part 2 talking about citizenship. Okay, citizenship. In this Part 2, Article 5 to 11 was there. Actually, in the Constitution, Article 5 to 11, nowhere mentioned that who is a citizen, how to get the Indian citizenship, in how many ways a person can become the Indian citizenship, how a person can lose the Indian citizenship. All these conditions are not mentioned actually. So, Article 11 was given powers to Parliament. Article 11 given powers to Parliament to make a law, on citizenship, That means the Parliament is empowered to make the law on citizenship. That's why 1955 the Citizenship Act was passed, and in that Citizenship Act only they clearly mentioned how a person can become the Indian citizen, how a person can lose the Indian citizen, what are the conditions. All the details are not mentioned in the Constitution, actually mentioned in the Citizenship Act 1955 only. Is it clear? Right. So, what are the question? There is a possibility to ask the question. Part 2 deals with the citizenship. Article 5 to 11 regarding citizenship. Okay. In the original Constitution, the conditions to become Indian citizenship, the way to lose Indian citizenship is not mentioned. That Article 11 was given all the powers to only Parliament only. In India, which citizenship is allowed? Only single citizenship is allowed. Who has the power to take the decisions on citizenship? Only Union government. Because citizenship is mentioned in the Union list. Only the central government can make the decisions about the citizenship. Is it clear? Right. Next, which among the following is not a ground to get Indian citizenship under Citizenship Act 1955? So these are the ways to get the become the Indian citizenship. The question is, which of the following is not a ground, not a way to become the Indian citizen? Suppose if you by birth, by descent, by registration, by naturalization, by migration, which of the following is not a way to become the Indian citizen? Yes, of course you can identify easily by migration only. By birth, suppose if you are born in India, suppose you are born in India, if your parents are also Indian, you can automatically become an Indian. Very simple thing. Okay. And suppose if you are born outside the country, if you are born outside the country, if your parents are Indians, okay, and if the register you are, suppose A and B couple are there, A and B couple are there, they are Indians actually, they went to USA, they given delivery to a baby, okay. If the parents wants to come back to India, if the parents want that their child to become Indian citizen, what you have to do is, even though they are Indians, they have to register baby name with Indian consulate in that USA within 1 year. So two couples went to USA, other country, they are Indians actually, they are Indian passport holders only, they are staying in another country, the mother was given birth to a baby, okay, and they have to decide if they want to come back to India, if they want the citizenship of India to that baby within 1 year, they have to register with Indian consulate. We are the citizens of the country, my baby want to become like that, you have mentioned. If you don't mention, what happened? That baby will get that country citizenship only. Okay, right. And if your parents, if your grandparents are Indian origin, you can become the Indian through registration. Suppose X is the person born in USA, so he is living in USA, he got the Indian USA citizenship, but parents are Indians, that is called Indian origin. So because their parents are Indian or grandparents are Indian, so if they have origin, Indian origin is there, they can come to India, they can stay some years, through registration they can become Indian. Or if any foreigner married Indian, so through registration they become the Indians also. By naturalization, any foreigner, completely foreigner, he is not an Indian, he born and brought up in foreign country, no relation to India, his parents, grandparents, everybody is foreign only, they are no relation to India. So for example, Adam Gilchrist is there, for example, Adam Gilchrist is completely Australian only, no relation to India. If the Adam Gilchrist want to stay in India, if he want to get the Indian citizenship, there is a way called naturalization. Like Sonia Gandhi ji, Adnan Sami ji, these are the foreigners initially, and who got the Indian citizenship through naturalization. Everybody knows that. Okay, which among the following is not a ground to lose the citizenship of the country? These are the ways to get the citizenship, these are the ways to lose the citizenship. So through termination, through deprivation, through migration, through renunciation. The answer is very simple, migration. No. Through termination, to deprivation, to renunciation. These are the three ways in which a person, Indian citizen may lose Indian citizenship. Yes. For example, I told that if any person voluntarily says that, my dear India, I don't want Indian citizenship, you can say to government of India, you can write a letter, I don't want Indian citizenship. So voluntarily you can go for Indian, remove your Indian citizenship, you can lose it. Second thing, if a person go against India, even though you are Indian citizen, you are working for foreign countries, you are going against interests of the country, you are working with enemies like that, you are going to lose your citizenship. Or if you are an Indian citizen, if you get the citizenship other country, automatically you are going to lose the Indian citizenship. Like this, you are going to lose your Indian citizen. And one more thing is there, that you can add, instead of migration, you can add by incorporation. Suppose for example, here there is a village is there, this village is part of the Pakistan. Recently Indian army occupied this village, this village has become part of India, that village incorporated to India. automatically all those villages of that area will become automatically Indians, because it is become part of India now. No conditions are there, automatically will become part of they are become Indian citizens by incorporation is also one of the option. As per Citizens Amendment Act 2003, conditions for parents a child in India are born after 3/2004. Simply 2004, a child born in India after 2004, a child X is a child born in India 2004. If he born in India, okay, can he become citizen automatically? What are the conditions for his parents? What are the conditions of the baby parents to become that Indian citizen? Now X is a baby born in India. If the X want to become the Indian citizen, what is the status of the conditions for the parents? Number 1, father must be Indian citizen. Just father is only Indian citizen enough. That means mother is foreigner. Both parents must be citizens of India. Both parents must be. One of the parent must be a citizen. Just one parent, either a father or mother, citizen is okay. One parent must be citizen of India and other must not be an illegal migrant. Yes. Usually both parents should be Indian, okay, but there is one condition that one parent must be Indian, second parent is foreigner, no problem, but it should not be illegal migrant. Sir, suppose if the child was born, father is Indian, mother was illegal migrant, what happened? The child will never become Indian citizen, no, because the mother is illegal migrant. So right answer. Which of the following article related to Finance Commission? Which of the following article related to Finance Commission? Recently 16th Financial Commission submitted a report, you know that. Simple, very simple, Article 280. Article 280. Okay, under Article 280, the President of India, for every 5 years appoint a Finance Commission. For every 5 years appoint a Finance Commission. And that Finance Commission will have one chairman, usually 2 full-time members, usually 2 part-time members. Totally 5 members will be there. That one chairman usually should have the idea about the public affairs. Remaining 4 members should be expert in financial matters like that only. So totally usually 5 members will be there in the Finance Commission appointed by President of India for every 5 years. So what is the role of Finance Commission, sir? This Finance Commission will give recommendations. What kind of recommendations? That the union government will give the funds to state government. Because lot of taxes we are paying to state government, central government. Most of the taxes will go to central government only. Okay? And this central government, union government should share its tax revenue to the states. On what basis central government should give the money to states? Because Modi is your Prime Minister, he is from Gujarat. Can he give total amount to Gujarat? No. On what basis central government should share its revenues to the states? On what basis? Is it based on population? Is it based on geography of the state? More population, more the funds, more geography, more funds, like that. So that will be recommended by whom? Finance Commission. And also regularly union government give grants to states, not only states, to local bodies also. So all these things will be recommended by Finance Commission. Clear? For every 5 years. Recently the 16th Finance Commission submitted report to President of India. In 2026 budget they are going to be introduced it. So definitely there is a chance to ask a question. Find incorrectly matched. Here some left side Finance Commission was given, right side the chairman was given. Here multiple options are there. So first Finance Commission K. Santanam, 14th Finance Commission N.K. Singh, 15th Finance Commission Y.V. Reddy, 16th Finance Commission Arvind Panagaria. I am not going to give the answer to you because recently in the news I think you must be know this answer. I am not giving any correct answer, you have to comment it. 2 and 3rd. Are you sure that the first Finance Commission chairman is K. Santanam? Are you sure? First Finance Commission, of course 16th is Panagaria, okay, no problem, it is latest only. It is correctly matched, First, who was the first, Finance Commission Chairman, K.C. Niyogi. K.C. Niyogi. What about 14th, 15th Finance Commission? Can you mention 14th and 15th? Fifteenth N.K. Singh. Good. So wrong. Let's see. The first Finance Commission 1951, K.C. Niyogi. Here mentioned as a Santanam. Actually, Santanam is nothing but the second Finance Commission Chairman. Okay. Here I just switch to the options. So 14th Finance Commission Chairman Y.V. Reddy, 15th Finance Commission N.K. Singh. So 14th Y.V. Reddy, 15th N.K. Singh. Just I interchanged it. Okay. As your 16th is Arvind Panagaria. Is it clear? Okay. Let's see. Which of the following false about 16th Finance Commission? So here the question asked about incorrect. So what is incorrect? It is incorrect, incorrect, incorrect. Okay. It is correctly matched. If the question is asked incorrect, first is incorrect, second is incorrect, third is also incorrect. So 1 to 3 is the option. If the question asked about which is correct, only fourth one is correct. Please go through this because recently in the news, that's why I framed a question. Which of the following false about Finance Commission, 16th Finance Commission? Constituent December 31st, 2023. Is it right? Recommendations will commence from 1st April 2026. Is it right? T. Ravi Shankar, Soumya Kranti, Ghosh are full-time members. Is it right? Recommended about net proceeds of taxes granted nets. Like that, usually Finance Commission recommendations. Right, wrong. Ravi Shankar, Soumya Kranti, Ghosh. Are they full-time members or part-time members? They are part-time members. But here I give an option as a full-time members. So, which of the following is false? What is the false option? Third one is the false option. Yes, Finance Commission appointed by President of India for every 5 years. So, 2023, the Finance Commission was appointed. 23 ending, Finance Commission was appointed. They prepared a report, they submit a report. And this report, the recommendations of the Finance Commission will be implemented 2026 April 1st for the next 5 years. Again at the end of the 5 years, again President of India is going to appoint to 17th Finance Commission. Okay. So the last question, the recommendations of the 16th Finance Commission will commence from April 1st and 2026. That's why this Finance Commission report submitted to President of India, and that report will be introduced in the Parliament. And it is, while the budget is going on in the month of February, they are going to approve it usually, of course. And April 1st onwards, what are the recommendations given by Christian Finance Commission? They are going to implement it. So see, Arvind Panagaria, Chairman, he was former Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog, and Danny George Matthew, full-time member, Manoj, full-time member, Ajan Naranja is resigned actually, Soumya Kranti, part-time, and Ranjam Pandey, part-time, secretary. So try to remember these names. The sitting of Parliament session in a day start with. This is already a framed question earlier. 0 hour, first hour, question hour, short duration. So usually Parliament session starts from 11 am onwards. That 11 am to 12 am. 11 am to 12 am. So this is the first hour of sitting of Parliament. I was not in Parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, in Assembly also. Is it called 0 hour or first hour or question hour? Very simple answer. It is called question hour. Okay. So as you know that 11 am to 12 pm is the question hour. is the question hour. Am I right? The 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. usually till the agenda of the day is called 0 hour. Next 1 to 2 lunch, 1 to 2 lunch. Then 2 p.m. onward the agenda. They are going to discuss the bills, all these things. Okay. Right. So 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. question hour. In question hour, the questions will be asked by the members to the against ministers. The questions given to the ministers in advance, you know that. Suppose January 1st, the parliament sessions are going to be started. Before January 1st, like December 15, 16, 17, the members has to submit the questions to members in advance. In advance, there will be 3 types of question. One is called starred question. Starred question means if any question requires oral answer by minister, if any question requires a written answer by minister. Suppose you want to ask question, what is the status of Indian agriculture? What are the schemes are there? How much money spent? Like that you want to ask a question. The minister has to, in the parliament he has to give the answer orally. 5 minutes, 10 minutes you have to give the answer like that. He used to give lengthy explanation. Is it clear? So for that purpose it requires oral answer. Sometimes you want to know that what is the amount spent by government of India? What is the amount spent by government of India for agriculture in 1 year? Just only you want to say the number 1 lakh crore, 2 lakh crore, like that only. Is it clear? So any question requires oral answer. Any question require oral answer, that is called starred question. They put star mark. Any question requires that written answer, that is called unstarred question. Longest serving speaker of India. Longest serving speaker of India. What is the answer? Simple, Balram Jekar. G.V. Mavalankar, the first speaker of Lok Sabha. Neelam Sanjay Reddy, 2 times worked, youngest, at that point of time, youngest president of India. GMC Balayogi, the Dalit speaker from our Andhra Pradesh. See, these are speakers' name. G.V. Mavalankar, the first speaker. Okay. The next you have to remember GMC Balayogi, Manohar Joshi, Meera Kumar, you know that Meera Kumar, Sumitra Mahajan, women speakers. Next Om Birla, you know that Om Birla. Next, which of the following false about governor? The question is about false about the governor. Appointed by president for the tenure of 5 years. Is the governor appointed by president for 5 years? Can be removed by president without any reason. Can be removed by president at any time without any reason. Presides over joint session of the state assembly. So the statement says that governor can preside a joint session of assembly. He can pardon any sentence. So out of 4, which of the following are false? Which of the following are false? Multiple options. Multiple options. Question is about false. Okay. Yes, appointed by president of India for 5 years. Usually for 5 years. Usually governor won't work for 5 years, but is right answer. Appointed by president of India. No special eligibilities. If you want to appoint a governor, he should be Indian citizen. He should completion of 35 years. That is the 2 things only. And removed by president of India without any reason. Yes, the governor works under the pleasure of president. So governor can be removed by president at any point of time. Hey governor, pack up. That's it. I am not disrespecting the constitutional position, but I am giving an example, right? So governor can be removed by president of India without any reason at any point of time. Okay, that is also right. Presides over a joint session of assembly. False. What is the joint session? You know that? Under article, you remember that? Joint session. Under article 108, president of India can go for a joint session. Even at state level, the governor can go for a joint session. See, what is a joint session? If a bill is approved by Lok Sabha and sent to Raj Sabha, so one house is approved, other house is not approved, or there is some disagreement between 2 houses. Very simple. Government want to pass the bill. At any cost, the government want to pass the bill. One house is approved, second house is not approved because they are against some points only. The second house is not passing the bill. Immediately under article 108, president of India can conduct a joint session. Joint session means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha will sit together in one house, jointly they will go for voting. That is called joint parliament session. At state level also, when the two houses are there, legislative assembly, legislative council, two houses are there, the governor can go for joint session. Is it correct? Is there any provision of joint session in state assembly? No. Is it correct? Is the joint session is there? See, there is no chance of joint session in state assembly, state level. Why, tell me? Come to state level, we have legislative assembly, legislative council. You know that any bill passed by legislative assembly, if the legislative assembly approved, rejected, delayed, whatever happened, irrespective of the legislative council opinion, the legislative assembly sent bill to governor. Simplified. In center, we have Lok Sabha is there, Rajya Sabha is there. Any bill except money bill, any bill like constituent bill, any ordinary bill, it should be approved by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Two houses must be approved the bill. If one of the house reject the bill will be defeated. It will not go to President of India. That is the equal power of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Any ordinary bill, daily regular bills are there, any constitutional amendment bill is there, that should be approved by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha at any cost. One of the house rejected, the bill will be defeated. It is not go to President of India. But in state level, if legislative assembly pass the bill, if the bill is accepted by legislative council, happy. Rejected, double happy. Delayed, nothing to worry. Because irrespective of the legislative council opinion, the bill will be sent to the legislative assembly to governor. Then where is the chance of joint session? So in state level, there is no chance of joint session, first of all. Next, you can pardon any sentence. Pardon, did you remember? Pardon, kshaminchadam, right? So, President of India, Governor, both have the pardoning powers. If you remember the pardoning powers of President and Governor, both have the pardoning powers. But the President of India can pardon death sentence. Can pardon death sentence. That is called Uri Shiksha. He can pardon death sentence. But Governor cannot pardon death sentence. But was the statement said that he can pardon any sentence? No. He can pardon any sentence, but excluding death sentence. Only President of India can pardon death sentence. This is also wrong. So 3 false, 4 false. Which of the following articles related to Contingency Fund of India? Which of the following articles related to Contingency Fund of India? Article 265, 266, 267, 268. You know, there are 3 funds are there. Consolidated Fund of India, Contingency Fund of India, Public Accounts. 3 funds are there. You remember that? Repeatedly they are asking question on this one. Yeah, 267. 267. Are you sure 267 regarding Contingency Fund of India? Good, very good, very good. Yes. Consolidated Fund of India 266. Contingency Fund of India 267. Public Account 266, 2. Custody Management 283. Okay. So, Article 266, 267. Consolidated Fund of India, Contingency Fund of India. Let's see. So, this question I put for explanation only. So, articles, of course, the answer is Article 267. The question is about Contingency Fund of India, 267. If the question is about Consolidated Fund of India, the answer will be 266. Okay. So, Consolidated Fund of India, Contingency Fund of India, and also the public account. Sir, what is the purpose, sir, this account? Today, generally we have the accounts, government is also having accounts, all the revenues, all the borrowings of the government, all the revenues, borrowings of the government will be credited into Consolidated Fund of India. At state level, there is account called Consolidated Fund of State also. All the revenues of the state government, all the borrowings of the state government will be credited into Consolidated Fund of State. All the revenues and borrowings will be credited into Consolidated Fund of India. And Contingency Fund, it is like emergency fund. Any unforeseen expenditure is there. So, usually, we will keep 100 rupees somewhere else in the house, in that kitchen or in the books. In sometimes people are keeping, in the pouch of the mobile also. you have to keep 50 rupees, 100 rupees like that. Why? Because sometime in emergency, and that money will be helpful for you. Because in India also a disaster may happen, earthquake, floods. At the point of time, if you are running out of money, how you can look after the people? That's why some like 30,000 crore like that, some they are going to keep the money. And public accounts, usually that provident fund, savings account, usually will deposit some amount of money to government schemes, okay, and whatever the money you deposit with post office, all these schemes, the government will use that money. Of course, it will refund you, it will use the money. So if the government want to withdraw money from Consulted Fund of India, it required through only law, through Parliament only. If the government want to withdraw money from Consulted Fund of India, it can be through only law with the permission of President only. This Contingency Fund of India under President only, but maintained by the Finance Secretary, but under President of India. Public account, no need of any special law, no need of any special person permission, usually happens because it is under control of government only. Which of the following not worked as a Deputy Prime Minister? You know that Prime Minister post is mentioned in the Constitution, Deputy Prime Minister post not mentioned in the Constitution, but it is a post, it is not a constitutional post. So L.K. Advani, Morarji Desai, Devilal, Charan Singh, multiple options are there. You have option all of this, none of this also. You have one more option, all of this, you have one more option, none of this. Which of the following not worked as a Deputy Prime Minister? You have all of this, you have none of this. L.K. Advani, Morarji Desai, Devilal, Charan Singh. Okay, recently there was a news, that's why I framed a question. Yes, L.K. Advani, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, yes, all are worked as a Deputy Prime Minister. That's why answer is none of this, all worked as. Devilal, Charan Singh, L.K. Advani, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, I missed name here, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Yashwantrao Chauhan, they also worked as a Deputy Prime Minister. Let's see the list. Yes, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Morarji Desai, Charan Singh, Jagat Jeevan Rao, Yashwantrao Chauhan, Devilal, L.K. Advani. So all these are worked as a Deputy Prime Minister. Remember that the post of Deputy Chief Minister, the post of Deputy Prime Minister, nowhere mentioned in the Constitution, for our convenience only, and we introduce that post. Okay. If any member considered as in the party as a number 2, and they will be given as a Deputy Chief Minister or Deputy Prime Minister. Which of the following false about Prime Minister? False about Prime Minister. Can dissolve Lok Sabha? No. The Lok Sabha can be dissolved by President of India on the advice of Prime Minister, but he cannot dissolve directly. Lok Sabha can be dissolved by President, not by Prime Minister. On the advice of Prime Minister is okay, directly dissolved by President only. Chairman of the Appointments Committee, nominated by President. Is it Prime Minister nominated by President? No. Appointed by President. Prime Minister is an MP. One of the MP will become the Prime Minister, everybody knows that. Okay. So he is appointed by President, not nominated. Considered as the Chief Crisis Manager. Yes. Whenever the crisis happen, political crisis or any natural calamities, anything happen, the Prime Minister will lead the country. Is that an example? Right. So, which are the following false about Prime Minister? Can dissolve 1 and 4. 1 and 3. Sorry. 1 and 3 false. 1 and 3 false. Okay, just I am giving information. What is time? Okay. Okay, students, these are some questions. Okay, and I will conduct another session before the examination, because here what are the questions I framed here, which are recently in the news only. Some other questions related like some like fundamental rights, some other related questions I will cover in second session. Okay, this is the first session. I will go for a second session also, where I am going to cover other other chapters also, like emergence, all those things will be covered in the next session. Thank you very much.